Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be finally sharing my fall tablescape that's in my living room. I know this video is a little bit delayed, but the holidays snuck by faster than I expected. So let's get started into the video. Now here's a tablecloth I found. I love the color, and this fall I noticed that teal was a trending color for the season. I also picked up this bamboo organizer from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm just going to use it on my tablecloth here. I'm going to use it as a table riser. So when I put my cake plate, you'll see in just a second, you'll see that it sits up a little bit higher than on the table if I had it laying just normally. This cake plate, I found it at Marshall's and it was on sale. It originally was $15.99, but I think I got it for like $7 or $8.99. I cannot remember, I got it last spring. And I'm taking this beautiful pumpkin I found at Belle's Outlet here in my hometown, and I love this pumpkin. It's so beautiful. It has that whimsy in it, it has that gold streaks, and it matches so beautifully with the organizer. Moving on to these gorgeous glasses, you guys. I almost passed by them in the store. I didn't plan on buying them. I was on my way out and I happened to look over on a cart, and there they were, and I just had to have them. They have this beautiful pearl detail. It was a set of 4 and they only cost me, can you believe it, $5. I'm just incorporating these candle stands to sit at the end of that organizer. Again, we're using it as a riser this time and not the organizer. And here's a tip. If you ever notice on your candle holders, there's this kind of indentation of a line or demarcation. Yeah, I don't like seeing that on anybody's tables. So what you do, turn it and hide it until you can't see it anymore. And that way no one ever has to know it's there. Let's talk greenery. Topiary balls are so on trend. They've been on trend for the last couple years, and I don't like to get rid of the string, so I just kind of tuck them in so that way nobody can see them. I know they're there, nobody else has to know that they're there. But once you get it inside the ball and pretty blended, just take your time with it and then just put it and place it however you want. Now here's an example of what not to do, because you're still going to see that little plastic bit. Yeah, you don't want that plastic bit to be shown at all. So again, just try and tuck it in, or you can move the balls. Moving into these placemats, I love these placemats. I love the whimsy. They're shimmery, they're elegant, the champagne gold. I love them so much, and they're pretty good size. These plate chargers are from Hobby Lobby. I got them last year on sale and they were only 99 cents. I also picked up this dark wood grain charger. I thought my table was starting to get a little too light and starting to look more on the spring side, so I started bringing in more darker items because my dishes again are going to be white dishes. So of course I didn't want it to get too bright since this is for the fall. So with my dishes here, I wanted to kind of play up on the textures going on. The fall is more cozy and more getting closer, and so I wanted some texture instead of having everything so flat. So against the wood grain, you can see I have just these regular dishes, and against the burlap one you saw just a moment ago, the patterns are a lot different, but it's so beautiful just to have to play up on textures. And don't be afraid to play up with textures again, because there's some in that candle holder that you can see right there, so it's still within the theme of the table. So now that I'm getting close to finishing all my dishes in place, this is what the tablescape is starting to look like. And from here, I'm just going to add a few more pieces just to bring everything together. Now with these single monogram salt shakers, I wanted them to stand out on my table. So I decided to play up on the mirror plate that it has in the center of them. And I took a mirror that I found around my house and I just sat it on either side of the riser, the organizer box. Again, we're not using it as an organizer box here. Jumping back to the head of the table, I incorporated these spiral mugs, as you can see, and it goes into the pattern of the placemats because they have a spiral pattern. I don't know if you caught that in earlier clips. Now here's a tip to keep in mind. Sometimes when you're entertaining your guests and you're in the hustle and bustle of things, you don't notice that someone oftentimes put something on the tablecloth and it ruins it. It'll either be too hot and it'll leave burn marks or water stains, and sometimes you can't get those things out. I do want this tablecloth to last, so this is just a precautionary reason for why I'm doing this, and you do not have to do this at all. And in case there's any confusion from the guests about whose mug belongs to who and what coaster belongs to who, I pointed the mugs in the direction of the coasters. That way everyone has a coaster to themselves. So this concludes my tablescape for the fall. This is the non-traditional tablescape, obviously with the colors. So just light a candle and enjoy your guests, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.